Hello, everyone, and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we will learn how to leverage ChatGPT to basically convert from one programming language to another. Let's go ahead and start with a simple example. Let's assume that I would like to convert a code from Python to C programming language. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to say, well, please go ahead, convert this code, which is a very basic, simple function in Python. I just want to convert it to C. Let's go ahead and see. Here we go. It's going to tell you, well, here is the equivalent code in C, and this is simply the code. Of course, if you're familiar with C programming language, it's a little bit, I would say, the syntax is not user-friendly as compared to Python. Python is very clean here. You won't see any curly braces or semicolons, but here you will see base semicolons. You will see there are some curly braces as well. And okay, looks pretty good. And it's also explaining to you what that code actually performs. Okay. What I could do as well is I can say, maybe I would like to convert that code to MATLAB instead. So I'm going to say convert this code to MATLAB instead. Let's go ahead and test it out. Here we go. It's going to tell you, well, this is the result basically of the function, but in MATLAB or M script. So here it's going to tell you, well, this is the name of the function. Then you specify the output variable. You give the function a name, and then this is the basic M script, basically, if you're familiar with MATLAB. And it's also explaining to you here what that function does, which is, again, super powerful. Well, what about Java, for example? Let's see. Okay, we're just testing out ChatGPT ability in multiple programming languages. Here we go. Again, this is pretty incredible because now you can see you can basically write the code once and you can convert it to multiple programming languages. All right, so what we could do next, we can say, well, what about maybe C++, for example? Here is equivalent code in C++, and this is simply the code. Again, you can leverage that. Again, ChatGPT pretty much knows every single programming language out there. Okay, what I would like to do next is I would like to basically ask ChatGPT to train an artificial neural network model to perform image classification using TensorFlow and Keras. And what I'm going to do afterwards is basically I'm going to ask ChatGPT to convert from one framework, which is TensorFlow and Keras, to PyTorch. And let's see if that works. So I'm going to say write a code that trains an artificial neural network to perform image classification using TensorFlow and Keras. Please know that TensorFlow is simply the Google's framework to build, train, and deploy AI and ML models at scale. And Keras is simply a high-level API that sits on top of TensorFlow and just simply allow us to build artificial neural networks using a few simple lines of code. So let's go ahead and test it out. Again, this is incredible because now you have an AI that is building or training or giving you the code to another AI that does image classification. So here we go. Basically, here we have imported TensorFlow for us. And then it assumed that we have our Cypher 10 dataset, which is a benchmark dataset. And then here we're scaling or normalizing the data. And this is simply how we build our model using Keras API. So you will see that here we're building multiple convolutions, multiple max pooling layers, and then we have conv2D. We flatten it up, and then we have a dense, fully connected artificial neural network. Again, if you're not familiar with that, don't worry. This is just the code that trains an AI for you to perform image classification. And it's also here explaining to you what that code performs. And this is kind of the scary part. Basically, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to say, could you please convert this code for me to PyTorch instead? And here we go. Here is the equivalent code in PyTorch. So here's gonna basically, you see they're gonna use the exact same data set. And here you will find that we are training or building the exact same neural network. Here we have convolution layers, max pooling layers, and then you will find fully connected artificial neural network here. And this is exact same code, exact equivalent code, but in a completely different framework, which is PyTorch. And again, this is pretty incredible. And it's also, of course, explaining to you the code here at the end. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT to develop an AI that is similar to ChatGPT using Keras. Basically, I'm asking ChatGPT to build itself. And we are going to conclude basically with these few lines of prompts. So I'm going to say develop an AI that can perform similar tasks to ChatGPT using Keras. Let's see if that works. Okay, developing an AI that performs similar tasks to ChatGPT using Keras would involve building a deep neural network or deep learning model that can generate text based on input prompts. And here they use a technique for recurrent neural networks and transformer architectures. And here we go. Basically, what you see that this is simply the code here that basically build an LSTM network or long short-term memory network. And you find that basically here you are training the model afterwards and generating text out of it. And what you notice is basically here they used recurrent neural networks and LSTM networks. And the technology behind ChatGPT is actually based on transformers. So I'm going to say, well, what about writing this code to include a transformer architecture instead of, let's say, LSTMs, something like that. Sure, here is an updated version using transformer architecture instead. And here we go. You will find that, again, the code is very well documented. You see here generating input and target sequence. And this is simply the definition of the transformer layers that includes self-attention. And this is simply the exact same architecture that is used behind the scenes when we train these ChatGPT models. Again, pretty incredible. Here we're generating text and also explaining as well what that code actually performs. What I could do next, I can say, well, could you please convert this code to PyTorch? And of course, if you make spelling mistakes, ChatGPT is quite smart to actually correct it for you before generating the prompt. Here we go. You will find that here we're loading the training data. Here we're loading the testing data. Here we're defining the neural network architecture, and you'll find that there is a transformer-based here model that has been captured, and defining the loss function, training the model afterwards, and then evaluating the model. And of course, you can include explanation as well at the end. Okay, I know this is quite, and I would say scary as well at the same time. So what I'm going to do, and that would be the final basically prompt that I'm going to say here, I'm going to say, can AI replace in the future? I know this is kind of a big question mark, and I got asked that question a lot. Well, it's going to tell you. It's a diplomatic answer here. So I'm going to say, basically, AI can automate certain tasks performed by developers, such as generating code or debugging. However, it's unlikely that AI will fully replace developers in the future. Developing software requires not only technical expertise, but also creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and communication skills. While AI can automate some of these repetitive tasks and mundane tasks, it cannot replicate the human abilities required to software development. But please note that what I see is you can use these tools to kind of supercharge your productivity. And that's kind of the reason behind all these series of videos. And that's it. That's all I have for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in future videos.